The Atlanta Falcons are 2-0. Those words have not been said in a long time, but after an awesome fourth quarter comeback against the Packers, Desmond Ridder and the boys are 2-0. We're going to recap this game, kind of run through some of the highlights and whatnot, but a 25-24 victory thanks to a late Younghoe Koo field goal to push Atlanta in front, completes a 12-point fourth quarter comeback against Jordan Love and the Packers. Desmond Ridder, 19 for 32, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. If you watch the entire game, I think we'd all agree he probably should have had 3 interceptions. Jair Alexander and Quay Walker dropped 2, but so did A.J. Terrell. So ball bounces both ways, but ultimately it was the ground game. It was Bijan Robinson. For those of you that were on the fence about drafting Bijan, this is why you drafted Bijan Robinson. Because on 4th and inches, you can pitch him the ball. Not even QB sneak it. Pitch him the ball and go, even though he's going to be 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, no one's taking him down one-on-one. And what answer does the defense have to that? So, Bijan Robinson was awesome in today's game. We'll run through his stats later on in more detail. But let's kind of run through both stats for both teams here. Green Bay's offense was pretty impressive. I think we can all agree for 3 quarters up until the fourth quarter where they had 3 and out and 3 and out. But 224 yards passing-wise, 140 altogether. Atlanta's pass rush really never got home until the end of the game, but we still saw some good pieces from it when it mattered most. Green Bay did a good job of taking care of the football. The Falcons never felt like they were all that close to the ball. And there were some, things to clean up defensively for Atlanta, right? Green Bay in that second and third quarter really dominated and had some nice passes over the middle, had some good plays, and it looked like going into the fourth quarter, the Falcons were going to lose by 10 or more points. But that was not to be the case because Atlanta's offense finally turned it on in the fourth quarter. 446 yards, 235 in the air, 211 on the ground. There was a stretch where all of us collectively were like, Arthur, run the dang football. And finally, Arthur Smith watched the blind side at halftime and agreed, all right, I'll give it to my 8th overall pick enough. 1 turnover and interception. Should have been 3 if we're being honest, but that's for a different portion of today's recap. And they dominated the clock. 35 minutes, over 50%. Now, the question I ask everyone watching right now is after this 25-24 win, are the Falcons legit? Are we really in on this team? I predicted them winning 8 to 9 games. This might be a 10-win game. This might be a 10-win season for this team. They have an easy schedule. And this was one of the tougher games on their schedule, in my opinion, and they walk away with a big win. Some more overall head-to-head numbers between these two sides. 27 first downs for Atlanta compared to 17 for Green Bay. That really speaks to the fourth quarter. But I think most importantly was the third downs, right? Falcons go 6 for 15. When they needed to convert in the fourth quarter, they got big-time conversions. Desmond Ridder made some good throws and made some nice plays with his legs. After having a very rocky second quarter, ultimately he picks things up and he gets the job done in the fourth quarter. As for Green Bay's receivers, you can see that they, if I move myself, Jaden Reed and this wide receiver room without Christian Watson was doing a lot of damage on A.J. Terrell and these corners. I mean, the first play of the game was a flea flicker that was 50 yards because of a DPI on Terrell. And then they get the same result in the third or fourth quarter, I don't remember, going deep, targeting Trey Flowers. So as for Atlanta's wide receivers, Drake London finally gets involved. 6 grabs, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Mac Hollins, baby. 3 grabs for 60 yards. A huge reception on a trick play that gets Atlanta in business. And then Bijan through the air, contributing for nearly 50 yards after rushing for over 100 on the ground. So we'll talk more about Bijan in just a moment. But today's show, it was made possible thanks to our friends over at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/BetFalcons, promo code Falcons125. When you put all that information in, you're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. So in layman's terms, let's say you put $100 in, they're going to give you $100 and then an additional $225. So now you have $225 to play with. Go to chatsports.com/BetFalcons, promo code Falcons125. let's talk about Desmond Ridder. Let's kind of unpack Desmond Ridder's performance today. 19 for 32. The guy only threw the ball 19 times in week 1. So Arthur Smith with a very different approach into this game. Very different game plan. Asking his quarterback to throw it 12, 13 more times he did than the previous week. 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but we all know very well could have been 3 picks. And Atlanta might have dodged a bullet this week with Jair Alexander and Quay Walker dropping picks, but they know down the line those balls are going to get caught, and that could definitely change the result of this game. So Desmond Ridder, I'm happy about the win. He made some big-time plays with his legs. Shout out to his mobility. He got the job done. He had some clutch genes in him. He made big-time plays. No question about it. Is he perfect? No. Is he where I want him to be? Still no, right? There were some accuracy issues, and there were just some poor decisions. Not even the accuracy, but like on that one 4th down play where he threw it to Jair Alexander on the curl route to Drake London. He just went in there and predetermined, I'm going to London. Well, if Jair Alexander is running Drake London's route better than Drake London is, maybe go somewhere else. So Desmond Ridder, at the end, it mattered when it mattered most. He got the job done, but there are still some strides to make. As for Bijan Robinson, gosh, I mean, last week, it's a little taste of what was to come. And this week, a full-on Bijan explosion. 19 carries, 124 yards. The rookie looked like the veteran 8-year back on 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, whatever it might be. Who did Atlanta go to when they needed a big-time run on a pivotal down? The guy who's only played 2 games in the NFL so far. Bijan Robinson is getting better by the week, and it's only week 2. This is why I was so ecstatic about the pick. The offensive line looked better today. Overall improvement up front for sure. Him and Tyler Algier once again combining for an awesome duo. 48 yards through the air. Bijan Robinson, he is him. He is the real deal. He is going to be the Atlanta Falcons' greatest running back of all time in franchise history. And we're only 2 games into the career. And I don't even think that's that hot of a take. Like, no offense to the Michael Turner, but Bijan Robinson is already going to be, without a doubt, the greatest player at the running back position in Falcons history. Drake London got involved today, 6 grabs, 67 yards, had a touchdown to close the first half. So it was good that I said in my pregame before our watch party, I am going to bet that the first play, which is always scripted, the first 10 plays, is a quick throw to Drake London just to get number 5 involved, just to get him to touch the football and kind of get that monkey off their back after week 1 where he had no grabs. So Drake London had some big-time catches for sure in this game. Mac Hollins, especially on that like flea flicker sort of trick play, came up with a huge haul down the sideline. Now that one touchdown reception in the end zone that got overturned, I don't think it's a horrendous job by the officials to overturn that. The heel came down what looked to be in the white, so I'm not going to pitch a fit over it, but still, Matt Collins definitely had some big-time plays. If he just held on to that one ball, that slant pass, that would have gotten the first down, but ultimately didn't really matter, I guess. Would have been a perfect day, in my opinion, for Mr. Hollins. Now, really quickly, I do want to thank everyone who subscribed during our watch party. If you're tuning in right now, salute to you guys. Thank you all so much for helping us get to 14,000 subscribers. We are on to 15,000 now, so join the channel if you have not already. One last time, the score 25-24, Atlanta over Green Bay. The Falcons are 2-0, baby.